Get your sexy ass in here, JD Duran. While we wait for JD, why don't we go ahead stream? Let's do this. Here we go. It's time to give away a live stream for the Cure t-shirt. A live stream for the Cure t-shirt. Now, all you need to do if you want to win this is over in the chat, guys. Hashtag fuck cancer. Go ahead and throw it up there over in the chat. Hashtag fuck cancer, and you are entered to win a live stream for the Cure t-shirt. Go ahead and throw the hashtag up over in there. We'll give you guys a couple of minutes to get the comments in over there. Hashtag fuck cancer. And you get a shot at winning a live stream for the Cure t-shirt.
Yeah, hashtag fuck cancer.
Hey. Is that him?
Hey, how's it going?
Man, the myth, the legend?
Well, I guess we had some technical difficulties.
Yeah, it's called Discord for browsers. Sucks fucking dick.
I didn't realize there were going to be extra steps in this process, so I apologize.
Hey, we got you here now, brother. That's all that matters. I'm sad that our time with you is going to get cut shorter than we would like it to, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
But we're here, you're here, I should say, to talk about our favorite films, our favorite summer movies when we were kids.
Yeah.
Now, you do the classiest goddamn movie podcast on the internet. Wait, the classiest gosh darn movie podcast on the internet. Justin, I told you keep your potty mouth clean. Yeah. Well, JD,
I'll try. I've been on. I've learned from that experience to keep my mouth as clean as possible.
Where is that? Yeah, you both have been on the show before. Hey, but look, it's 12:16 on a Friday night / Saturday morning. It's okay to let one or two slip here and there.
You're right. It has to be some kind of clash between that and Discord. But anyway, JD, why did you want to talk about favorite movies, favorite summer movies that we had as kids?
Well, I mean, with the summer movie season upon us, it just kind of made sense, I think, to stick with a summer theme. And I don't know, I guess, since having Sam, I've reflected a lot on my childhood in a lot of ways. So it just made sense, those two things clashing together. So here we are. I don't know if you guys, while I was trying to figure out the whole technical stuff, did you guys begin the segment at all? Did you guys have any picks of your own?
We didn't start it at all. But I mean, I was prepared for it because summer movie season for me as a kid, it was always one of the most special. I look back at it and I can remember very vividly almost every single summer as a kid and what movie I watched. So it's something that very, very close to my heart.
Yeah, same here. And I think part of it also is I can't remember which episode it was, but maybe a month or so ago, we were talking about like nostalgic movies on our show, and there were two movies that came to mind specifically that were big for me, and one of them was when I was 5. And maybe this isn't a quote-unquote summer movie. I am actually not sure when it came out, but it feels like a summer movie, so I'm going to go with it. But I was 5, and it was when the first live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie came out. Do you guys remember that at all?
Yes.
I saw it opening night in theaters. Yeah. I actually saw all 3 of the original Ninja Turtle movies opening night in the theater in this really dingy, crappy, like pretty ghetto theater my grandmother would be taking us to. Because it had been there for many years, but that's where we went and we saw it opening night and it was amazing. I love that movie. I still watch it all the time as an adult and enjoy it for what it is. And I actually think that and I give it a lot of credit. A lot of people give me hate for it, but I still think it's one of the best adaptations of comic book material for its time because it took it very seriously. It did things that were not heard of at the time. It went dark in certain places, and it took the subject matter about a bunch of teenage mutant Ninja Turtles as they are very seriously, and I love that movie very much for that.
Yeah, I love it too, and it holds a special place in my heart because I was like 5 or 6 years old at the time when it came out, and like we grew up pretty poor, so going to the movie theater was almost entirely out of the picture. But this was one moment where my father splurged on me, and it was the first time I actually went to the theaters with my dad. And having that experience was really impactful for me as a kid. And for the reason you're talking about, I enjoyed the movie as well. I was a big fan of the cartoon as a kid. So that was certainly one that, stuck with me. So when I think about my childhood, it's pretty easy to recall that memory.
Summer movies as kids.
Summer movies as kids, yeah. So that was one for me.
I was a wee tiny, teeny little boy. I don't remember it, but I was told when I was very young that I was taken to Ghostbusters as a young boy when it first opened, and
nice.
That film for me, you know how I owned literally, I think, every Ghostbusters toy. I owned the proton pack. I owned the trap with the little, air activated. It was like an air hose, and it would, the trap doors and shit would pop open and everything. Yeah. I loved Ghostbusters. That was like, when I think like growing up, like, just those movies, and of course we bought it on VHS when we could.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Here comes the money.
And Bill, $2 donation plus one tech support, Nick. Thank you, Bill. I don't understand why nothing is working the way I fucking want it to, and I'm pissed off about it, and I'm gonna fucking scream. But yeah, Ghostbusters is for me.
I'll be gone soon. For real, though, because I'm going to bed soon.
We saw some... Or Justin, did you chime in with yours yet, or?
Yes. Well, sort of.
I commented on JD's that I love, but mine is the one that I talk about on this show. It's my favorite movie of all time still because of what it is, but I won't tell a long story about it because I've told it a million times on the show. Tim Burton's Batman film, the original Batman opening night, at the local drive-in theater. I had looked forward to it for weeks. I was a little kid, 5 or 6 years old, if I recall. I think I was 6.
Drinking Drano.
That's the reason why we're friends, Nick, and why we have this podcast is because of that movie.
True.
Because of our
Very true.
Our love of it. But I remember like it was yesterday, and even when it was the 25th anniversary, I actually went to the area where the drive-in was. They'd actually demolished it, but I stood there and took photos and just relived it as an adult, which is some people kind of weird, but it's very sentimental. I love it. It's still, to me, one of my it is my favorite movie, and I wouldn't love movies, cinema, film, anything in general if it wasn't for that movie. So
nice.
That Tim Burton's Batman.
Yeah, that's really cool to hear. I was a little older when I saw that. I think I was in high school, so it was probably like early 2000s when I first caught up with it. But yeah, I'm a big fan as well, so that's very cool. I think as far as like a defining moment when I was older, as far as like a film that I guess in a similar way helped me fall in love with movies a little bit more, and I would have been 12, I think, but that was Will Smith in Men in Black. Was a summer movie that just entranced me. There's something about that film with the humor, the camaraderie of Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones that just embedded itself into me, and I can revisit that film today and have the exact same feeling of watching it in the cinemas in 1997. And it's one of those mainstream blockbusters that just, like you were saying with Batman, it just helps you fall in love with movies, and obviously that evolves over time and becomes, that comes in many different forms. But yeah, in a lot of ways, Men in Black was one of those that, as a 12-year-old JD just fell in love with movies because of that film. So
I have to mention one other film. I know we're running short on time, but I won't go long, I promise, guys. But this is a movie that for me, I watch it every year to get myself in the summer movie season, and this summer, I'm actually taking the opportunity to go and visit the locations for which this film was shot. That's Steven Spielberg's Jaws. It was the first official summer blockbuster. It's one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time. And I there's something about that movie that when I listen to the score, I wait till like at least like midway through May, maybe the end of May, early June. I start listening to the score, and then I watch the movie, usually in the theater, because around here we get to see it in the theater. And then, for me, that means the kickoff of summer in general, not just summer movie season, but like summer, like going to the pool, going to the beach, hanging out in the sun, going for walks in the forest when it's hot. Like everything about that movie screams summer. So I have to mention that because I'm a huge Jaws fan. So that's the one movie that, for me, at least as far as summer movies go, that's one that screams summer movie to me the most.
Yeah. I think that's a great pick.
God, I have not seen Jaws in fucking like ages, man. It's been way too long.
We did our Spielberg challenge last July, but neither of us really. A lot of our listeners and followers.
I think I watched like one Spielberg film that month, if that. I don't even remember.
I feel horrible about that.
I just didn't have any fucking time.
Then we'll just actually watch them.
Yeah,
I could watch Spielberg all day. I love him. Like Close Encounters of the Third Kind is one of my all-time favorite films. Top 20 for me.
So good.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen Close Encounters before.
It's incredible.
I don't think so. I missed a lot of movies. The 80s was my decade of missing a lot of movies because my parents never took me to the movies. We lived too far away from the theater, and like I got to go to the movies maybe twice a year, and we didn't get Video King until like the early 90s.
And for those unfamiliar, Video King is probably only something familiar to Nick and I because we're from the upstate New York Southern Tier area, and that was a local chain of video stores similar to Blockbuster, but cooler because each different area, were like there was the Western area and the horror area. They built up those areas to look like, hey, it's a Western, so go through saloon doors and go into like a saloon, or the horror area was like you went into a haunted house area. It was the coolest shit ever, and I'll miss it.
Nice.
I want to one more time before JD rolls off of the air here. I want to go ahead one more time, guys. Over in the chat, chance to win a Livestream for the Cure t-shirt. Hashtag fuck cancer. Type it in. I've already got Bill, Brooke, and Jared entered into the contest. Get your votes in now. And JD, I want you to actually hang for just a moment. I actually want to bring Shane in just a moment here, and I want to ask him what his favorite movie as a kid was before you peace out. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Jared said Wrath of Khan. Brooke, Search for Spock. A lot of Star Trek up there.
Nice.
A lot of Star Trek up there.
Yours? I mentioned The Sandlot.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
The Sandlot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, thank God Dan's not on here now.
You didn't say it into the microphone. You're sitting back here
earlier. Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. With our technical issues, we don't know what we can hear and what we can't hear.
Exactly.
Well, I'm gonna try something when we bring Shane in. I've got one more trick up my sleeve when we bring him in. Winters, welcome to the chat. I feel like I haven't talked to Justin Winters in forever. How the hell are you, my friend? Winters also entered. Last chance, guys. Hashtag fuck cancer. Your chance to win a Livestream for the Cure t-shirt. Get it over in the chat. JD, before you end up rolling out of here, I'm sorry that the technical difficulties is going to cut your segment short, but tell the Livestream for the Cure audience about InSession Film, about why it is the classiest goddamn film podcast on the planet, and where we can find you.
Well, really appreciate the kind words. Yeah, we are InSession Film, and on our show, we will talk about some of those fun summer movies, such as Infinity War and the Deadpools and the Mission Impossibles. But equally, we like to talk about your indie films, like your Moonlights and your La La Lands, or sometimes your Vertigos. We talked about Vertigo on the show last week.
Saw that, man.
Which was a lot of fun. Yeah, so it was great revisiting that. I think we're going to do 2001: A Space Odyssey later on in the year, since it had an anniversary this year as well. So yeah, we try to cover the gamut. I mean, we like your fun geeky properties, but we also like your thought-provoking and challenging art films as well. So you can find everything that we do at InSessionFilm.com. You can find links to our podcast there, links to social media, links to reviews, and really pretty much everything. That's InSessionFilm.com. And thanks for having me, guys. Really, really appreciate and cannot encourage everyone to go and donate enough. Really great cause, and I love that you guys are putting this on.
Help if my microphone was turned up. Thank you very, very much, JD, for being on the stream.
Yeah.
Absolutely love you, man. Love your show.
Thank you.
I always look to JD when I need somebody to go more in depth and more analytical than even I think I go sometimes. You guys are always my go-to for that. So thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to go
Thank
ahead
you.
and drag Shane from Now That I'm Older over into the chat here, but I actually wanted to try a little bit of something first. If this laptop would behave itself, I'm actually going to try to open Discord over on, there we go. Thank you. Goodbye. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to draw for that t-shirt in just a moment here, but I'm going to try to actually open Discord on my laptop, and I think that might eliminate the clash. This is, apparently scissoring is the clash. Yep, Winners is going to Hawaii. For anniversary, right, Winners? Anniversary? I believe. All right, so I'm going to try switching this over here. This should be relatively painless. Here we go. Boom. Check. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
No, I can't hear anything you're saying.
God damn it. All right. That should actually probably help a lot of stuff. So here we go. And now Shane from Now That I'm Older is joining us over in here. And Shane, before JD leaves, I wanted to actually ask you, what was your favorite summer movie as a kid?
What was my favorite summer movie as a kid?
Yes.
I gotta say Batman '89.
Yes.
I had a feeling
Nice.
you were going to say that, man.
I legitimately, I even told this as an intro story for Now That I'm Older, because it was the first, like I'd gone to see Bambi, was the first ever movie I went to go see in the theaters. And that was a huge fucking letdown because Bambi's mom gets shot and shit. And then when we went to Batman, when we go to Batman and shit, like we go to Batman and it's like back in the day where there's like 3 theaters in the whole movie theater and shit like that. And there's a line around the corner. And my grandmother is like, I don't know, like 52 at this point. And she's like standing in the line, just bitching the whole time. Just, God damn it, I can't believe we're waiting on the damn movie. I hope this movie's really good. And it was the most amazing movie experience that I'd had. Like everything I'd watched at home, everything I'd seen, like everything, Batman blew me out of the water.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
That's a great pick.
And yeah, as Justin said, that movie is pretty much single-handedly the reason that we are the friends that we are and why the Epic Film Guys podcast exists. So there it is, Justin's arm right there in the chat. JD, thank you very, very much for joining us on the live stream for The Cure.
Yeah.
You're amazing, and I really, really appreciate it. Thank
No
you
problem.
very, very
Thanks
much.
for having me.
And
Really appreciate
Shane,
it.
we're going to break into some 90s movie brackets in just a second here. After I give away a t-shirt for the live stream for The Cure. Here we go. Let's go ahead and roll that drum, baby. The winner of a live stream for The Cure t-shirt. Destruction in Human Form, Jared Taylor. Literally, as I think I called him last week or the week before, our most loyal soldier. We love you, Jared. You are absolutely and utterly the man. So you got a live stream for The Cure t-shirt coming your way. Thank you very much for being here and for supporting the show.